Nagadevu, thank you very much for the Mangalashwan prayer. Hare Krishna, His Grace Sundar Prabhuji to come on board and give your kind association again and again, week on week, um, consistently and without any fail. Um, I've just reminded everybody to join the call soon. We will be having more association of the devotees, um, especially from India. Um, Meanwhile, I think we are having a decent number of devotees to start off the session as well. So I think I'll just have a quick look. If is it live streamed already, Sami Prabhu? I can see it live streamed. All right, great. So Hare Krishna, everybody. Please accept my humble wishes. Jai Shri Prabhupada. Please feel free to, um, you know, unmute yourself if you want to speak over or chat your questions or any topic. So thanks again. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Please take the session forward.
Thank you very much for coming online again. Very happy to be with all of you. So, anyone has got anything, questions, we can start. So, anyone got anything?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes.
I have a lot of questions. I think I sent a long list out of all the questions, but it's going to be too many for one question answer program because there's so many and other people have to ask questions as well. I'll just load the list, and I'm actually doing my washing at the same time. So once I finish that, I'll ask some of the questions from the list.
Yeah, no problem.
But for the moment, I think someone else should ask.
Yes, if someone is ready. Any kind person who have got a little question?
Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam, Krishna Prabhupada.
Yes.
Prabhu, I had a question on the Siddha worshippers, Prabhu. There are certain section of people who worship the Siddhas, and they say they attain the benefits of their prayers even after some time, and they're able to satisfy the desires very quickly, even by worshipping the Siddhas. So the Siddhas actually continue to bestow their benedictions even after they are going, or because ultimately Krishna is giving everything. So how does this work, Prabhu?
When we say Siddha means these people are worshipping the Lord for getting some mystic opulence, mystic powers.
Yes, Prabhu.
Not for material benefits, you see. That's another thing, you see. Understand? But people are just very corrupt now. They don't know what they are doing, you see. Anybody can give them material benefits, they will worship them. You follow?
Yes, Prabhu.
Siddha worship means to get some mystic power. That's Siddha. Siddha means mystic, and they must
Yes,
have a
Prabhu.
guru, so no, they try to do it themselves, Practically speaking, nobody can do all this thing in Kali Yuga.
Yes, Prabhu.
Mostly those people who do this Kundalini yoga, they try to do this mystic yoga, this Siddhi, Do you understand?
Mm.
And who is there to teach these things all now? And also trying also is very difficult, no? Correct?
Yes, Prabhu.
Not something so easy to do. Huh? Correct?
Yes, Prabhu.
Hmm.
And they end up worshipping all the Siddhas with garland and other worship. They even construct temples for Siddhas in at least the Chennai, where the place where I am. They have all these small temples for Siddhas, and
Mostly
they
they
worship.
worship. Oh, that they don't have that kind of thing. They mostly worship the the Lord in the heart. You understand?
Mm, mm,
So they don't require a temple. See, they meditate on the Lord in the heart, to get this mystic power.
mm.
You follow?
Yes, Prabhu.
So it's a different kind of thing, is it? They're not so much into temple worship, is it? Hmm?
Yes, Prabhu.
They do very big austerities and all that. They go to place where it's very hot and they stay in, or they go to the winter time to a very cold place, and try to meditate. Hmm? That is their system.
Yes, Prabhu. Practically very difficult in this Kali Yuga.
All these things are
Uh,
very difficult to do. Why we want to do all these things? Yes?
yes, Prabhu.
Hmm. Correct?
It sometimes feels very difficult when preaching to people who already are worshipping the Siddhas, and they're
I don't
asking
think,
whether, it's like,
I don't think they're doing anything right. Hmm?
oh,
They don't know what they're doing actually. You understand? Hmm?
yes, Prabhu.
They are completely lost nowadays. Hmm? Most of them, they don't know anything, they just all speculate. Hmm?
Yes, Prabhu. I showed them the verses like where Krishna says Sarva Karana Karanam, and all of the relevant verses where Krishna says he is the supreme God and he is the bestower of all benedictions, but they are not willing to listen. So,
They won't listen. How they will listen? The whole idea is sense gratification, no? Correct?
yes, Prabhu.
They are into sense gratification. That's all they will listen to, no? So you see here, you can read here. You can read this.
Sarva Bhauma Bhattacharya continued. There are two kinds of Sayujya Mukti, merging into the Brahman effulgence and merging into the personal body of the Lord. Merging into the Lord's body is even more abominable than merging into his effulgence.
Can you read the purport?
Yes, Prabhu. According to the opinion of the Mayavadi Vedantists, the living entity's ultimate success is to merge into the impersonal Brahman. The impersonal Brahman or bodily effulgence of the Supreme Lord is known as Brahma Loka or Siddha Loka. According to the Brahma Samhita 5.40, Yasya Prabha Prabhavato Jagadanta Koti. The material universes are generated from the bodily rays of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Yogis who follow the principles of Patanjali accept the personality of the Absolute Truth, but they want to merge into the transcendental body of the Supreme Lord. That is their desire. Being the greatest authority, the Supreme Lord can easily allow many millions of living entities to merge into his body. The origin of everything is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Bhagavan, and his bodily effulgence is known as the Brahma Jyoti, Brahma Loka or Siddha Loka. Thus, Brahma Loka or Siddha Loka is a place where many spark-like living entities, parts and parcels of the Supreme Lord, are assembled. Because these living entities do not wish to keep their individual existences, they are combined and allowed to remain in Brahmaloka like so many atomic particles of sunshine emanating from the sun. The word Siddha is very significant. Siddha refers to one who has realized the Brahman effulgence and who has complete knowledge that the living entity is not a material atom but a spiritual spark. This understanding is described in the Bhagavad Gita 18.54 as Brahma Bhuta. In the conditioned state, the living entity is known as Jiva Bhuta, or the living force within matter. Brahma Bhuta living entities are allowed to stay in Brahma Loka or Siddha Loka, but unfortunately, they sometimes again fall into this material world because they are not engaged in devotional service. This is supported by the verse in Srimad Bhagavatam, beginning Ye Anye Ravindaksha 10.2.32. These semi-liberated souls falsely claim to be liberated, but unless one engages in devotional service to the Lord, he is still materially contaminated. Therefore, these living entities have been described as Vimukta Maninaha, meaning that they falsely consider themselves liberated, although their intelligence is not yet purified. Although these living entities undergo severe austerities to rise to the platform of Siddhaloka, they cannot remain there perpetually, for they are bereft of Ananda, bliss. Even though these living entities attain the Brahmabhuta stage and realize the Supreme Personality of Godhead through his bodily effulgence, they nonetheless fall down due to neglecting the Lord's service. They do not properly utilize whatever little knowledge they have of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Not attaining Ananda or bliss, they come down to the material world to enjoy. This is certainly a fall down for one who is actually liberated. The Bhaktas consider such a fall down equal to achieving a place in hell. The followers of the Patanjali Yoga system actually want to merge into the body of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This indicates that they do not want to engage in his service despite their knowledge of him, and thus their position is even more abominable than that of those who want to merge into the Lord's effulgence. These yogis meditate on the four-handed Vishnu form of the Lord in order to merge into his body. The Patanjali system describes the form of the Lord as Klesha Karma Vipakarsha Yair Aparamrishta Purusha Vishesha Ishvaraha. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is a person who does not partake of a miserable material life. The yogis accept the eternity of the Supreme Person in one of their mantras. Sapurvesham api kuruhu kala na vachedat. Such a person is always supreme and is not influenced by the element of time. The followers of the Patanjali system, therefore, accept the eternity of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Yet, according to them, Purushartha Sunyanam Prati Pravashaha Kaivalyam Swarupa Pratistha Va Siti Shakti Iti. They believe that in the perfectional stage, the conception of Purusha is vanquished. According to the description, Siti Shakti Riti, they believe that when one becomes perfect, he cannot remain a person. This yoga system is therefore abominable because its final conception is impersonal. In the beginning, these yogis accept the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but they ultimately give up this idea in order to become impersonal. They are most unfortunate because although they have a personal conception of the absolute truth, they neglect to render devotional service to the Lord and thus fall down again into the material world. As mentioned above, this idea is supported by Srimad Bhagavatam 10.2.32. Arovya Krichena Param Padam Tata Patanti Ado Nadrata Yushmat Angrayaha. Due to neglecting the lotus feet of the Lord, these yogis again fall down into the material existence. Patanti Adaha. Consequently, this path of yoga is more abominable than the impersonalist path. This conclusion is also supported by Lord Kapila Deva in the following verse from Srimad Bhagavatam 3.2913.13.
So you can see here how these people who are trying to meditate this siddhas on the
Yes, Prabhu.
personal form of the Lord, but their main idea is to get to merge with Him, You understand?
Yes, Prabhu.
So these other kind of siddhas are those who want to get mystic power. Hmm?
Mm. Yes,
All those
Prabhu.
are very difficult to do in Kali Yuga. This is practically impossible, you know. You
Yes,
understand?
Prabhu.
Hmm. I don't know Kali Yuga. The only thing that is really you can do is to chant his name, no? That also is very
Yes,
difficult.
Prabhu.
Correct? Hmm? So whatever they are praying and getting material benefit, that's mainly just trying to get all these material things, you know.
Yes, Prabhu. So
Hmm?
that's based on their past karma, not necessarily because the siddhas are providing them.
Hmm. Whatever they get is only coming from Krishna only, no?
Yes,
Hmm?
Prabhu. Yes.
Correct. And that also Krishna has to sanction, not that simply they worship they'll get, no? Correct?
Yes, Prabhu.
Hmm. So I don't think we should encourage all this kind of things, though. Hmm?
Yes, Prabhu. And how is Krishna sanctioning even without these people surrendering to the Lord, Prabhu? Because
It's explained because they want to get this material benefit, no? That's very much attracted to them, no? Hmm?
yes, Prabhu.
So Krishna says here, because they're very much attracted to this demigod worship, right? Then Krishna, you know, he makes his. See, Krishna is in the heart of as a super soul. As soon as one desires to worship some demigod, I make his faith steady so that he can devote himself to that particular deity. So Krishna is giving that intelligence, no? Hmm?
Mm. Yes, Prabhu.
Then he not only that, endeavor with such a faith he endeavors to worship a particular demigod and obtains his desire. But in actuality, these benefits are bestowed by me alone because Krishna is in the heart, no? He's the sanctioner
Yes,
and he's
Prabhu.
the witness. See?
Permitted. Yes.
But then Krishna also said that this worship, the fruits is limited and temporary. That means they only can get material benefit, you know? Hmm?
Mm. Yes, Prabhu.
And what's the point if you can go to the demigod world when the time is finished, you have to come back again? What's the whole idea? Hmm? Yes?
Yes, Prabhu.
So it is not very much. That's why Krishna says in the beginning line, this is done for those people who are not very intelligent, no? Hmm?
And in the next life, they continue in a
No.
better situation, or do they
God worship,
fall?
they don't accrue the credit, you know.
Mm.
In devotees, whatever they could not finish, they continue when they come back again. And devotees
Understood,
only
Prabhu.
that credit is inside, but others are no, they're not possible. Sometimes you can be demigod, he says. Sometimes you can even be an dog, you know. Right.
Yes, Prabhu.
Hmm. Yes. Any other questions?
Yes, Prabhu.
Hmm.
Uh, so I wanted to know why do the scientists devote their lives to useless and silly topics? One example I can give you is I came across some scientists who were studying bees and beehives,
Hmm.
and they developed a science around it. And I just wanted to know why the scientists and even like you find in the library, you find authors, they write about all sorts of silly and bogus topics. So I
Hmm.
wanted to know why do scientists, why do other people devote their lives to useless topics?
Hmm. You want to read this?
Yes. Let me offer let me offer my respectful obeisances unto the all-pervading Supreme Personality of Godhead, who possesses unlimited transcendental qualities, acting from within the cause of the hearts of all philosophers who propagate various views, he causes them to forget their own souls while sometimes agreeing and sometimes disagreeing among themselves. Thus, he creates within this material world a situation in which they are unable to come to a conclusion. I
So,
offer my obeisances unto him.
so because the Lord, he bewilders them, so they got various kinds of speculation, you see. Because they're not surrendering to the Lord, so Maya is bewildering them, Understand?
I understand, but like devoting life to bees and beehives, that's just very silly. Like that's just common intelligence. Like what are you supposed to get from devoting your life to bees?
No, because they don't have Krishna, so they have to go and get to be serving Maya. Because they're serving Maya, Maya is bewildering their consciousness,
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
So he gives them the impetus to think that, oh, they are doing something very important,
Yes.
But it is all a waste of time. Anything not
Yes.
associated with Krishna is simply waste of time,
Yes. Yes, Prabhu.
That's what.
Yes.
So unnecessarily, they're just wasting time, So as a result, they have to keep taking birth again and again.
Yes. Probably as bees.
Hmm?
Probably as bees.
Probably bees, animals, so many things.
Yes.
That's why it's very important, this human life should not be wasted unnecessarily. But unless you surrender to a spiritual master, this thing is not going to happen, no?
Yes, Prabhu.
You see here? I think it's 8, I think.
Want to eat, Prabhu.
Yeah. You can see this verse? You can see?
The occupational activities a man performs according to his own position are only so much useless labor if they do not provoke attraction for the message of the personality of Godhead.
So this is all so much useless labor, no?
Yes.
Because the real purpose of human life is to realize Krishna, God, And if you don't want to do that and you do something else, then what is your intention? That means you want to
Yes.
go back to the cycle of birth and death again? Simple.
Some
No?
of these topics are very silly, like the topics that these people devote themselves to.
Yeah, because they're funded by so-called the university or the school government, or because they got so much funds, So they have to tell the people they're paying the taxes it is worth because we are doing so much research, on all these
Yes.
brain subject matters. It's just
Yes.
no use, Useless
Yes.
labor actually.
Yes.
So what to do? Excessive money they have, so they must spend. Otherwise, people will question them. Correct?
Yes.
In this
That's right.
way, they put all this kind of studies and all that to loot the people's hard-earned money.
Yes.
You understand? And
Yes,
that's
Prabhu.
it's unfortunate. This whole world, Kali Yuga, everything is messed up. You see? Hmm?
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes.
So what to do? Correct?
Yes, Prabhu. That's right.
The only thing is the Kali Yuga, there's an ocean of fault. It says, ocean. There's only one good thing, to chant the holy name of Krishna. Okay. You can read this.
My dear King, although Kali Yuga is an ocean of faults, there is still one good quality about this age. Simply by chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, one can become free from material bondage and be promoted to the transcendental kingdom.
So because when people are bewildered, they got so many crazy things, mostly attracted to some atheistic and demonic kind of conception, You follow?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
They always give preference to Mother Nature, and they just don't want to give credit to God,
Yes. Yes.
So we are caught in this kind of civilization now, in Kali Yuga. So our good
Yes.
fortune is that at least we understand that the importance of chanting Krishna's name, no?
Yes.
And because these guys are doing so much of sinful activities, they cannot enter into that spiritual realm. It's not
Yes,
possible.
Prabhu. Yes.
Therefore, there are so many subject matters to talk about.
Yes, Prabhu.
So many, it says. Stotra Vidini Rajendra. Okay. You see, and this verse, not this verse.
Two, Prabhu, two.
Hmm?
Two.
Two what?
Yeah. 212.
212, huh?
Next one.
Yeah. See this? Can you read this?
Those persons who are materially engrossed, being blind to the knowledge of ultimate truth, have many subject matters for hearing in human society, O Emperor.
Is that
Yeah.
materially engrossed, in blind to the knowledge of ultimate truth? This is what's happening, correct?
Yes, Prabhu.
So what to do? Yeah, we don't want to follow them though.
Yes.
But this is how the society is going on though. The cheaters and the cheated.
Yes.
Everyone is going to hell. Blind
Did
leading.
Prabhupada said that everyone is going to hell?
Yeah, because if you don't accept Krishna, where are you going? Huh?
Right, right.
If you don't accept Krishna, then what's your destination?
Yes, Prabhu.
Correct?
Yes.
So we have to understand, if you don't know the essence of everything is Krishna, then where's your destination?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes,
Correct?
Prabhu.
Yeah? See here. Those who don't know, Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Huh? Okay, see this? And read.
Persons who are strongly entrapped by the consciousness of enjoying material life and who have therefore accepted as their leader or guru a similar blind man attached to external sense objects cannot understand that the goal of life is to return home back to Godhead and engage in the service of Lord Vishnu. As blind men guided by another blind man miss the right path and fall into a ditch, materially attached men led by another materially attached man are bound by the ropes of fruitive labor which are made of very strong cords, and they continue again and again in materialistic life, suffering the threefold miseries.
So that, those who
Yes,
don't know where they will go,
yes,
this is the problem now. Yes.
yes.
So why we want to go into this kind of thing?
So I mean, not being in Krishna consciousness automatically means that you're going to like the person will go to hell.
I mean, yeah, if you commit all the sinful activities, where are you going though?
Yes,
Correct?
yes, Prabhu.
Why you want to do that,
Yes,
So therefore, the devotees are compassionate, no? They know this man is going in this kind of direction. So why not save him,
yes, Prabhu.
Listen, And
Yes.
what they are doing, they are chewing the truth, correct?
Yes.
Same thing, doing over and over again. Correct?
Yes, Prabhu.
Therefore, it's very sad story, though.
Yes.
Very sad to what to do. How to save them? That's why Prabhupada came, no?
Yes.
Huh? What to do? How to save? Actually, we are
Yes.
also in the same boat, though.
Yes, Prabhu.
I don't think because of Prabhupada, we are all at least can see some light, Otherwise, what's our
Yes.
position also? Correct?
Yes, Prabhu.
See, you can read this.
Prahlada Maharaj replied, because of their uncontrolled senses, persons too addicted to materialistic life make progress towards hellish conditions and repeatedly chew that which has already been chewed. Their inclinations toward Krishna are never aroused either by the instructions of others, by their own efforts, or by a combination of both. It's
Right?
very striking. It says make progress towards hellish conditions.
Understand? And then what they are doing,
Yes.
repeatedly chewing that has already been chewed,
Yes.
And their inclination toward Krishna are never aroused. Huh?
Yes, Prabhu.
So what is their position? Huh? The position
They
is
don't,
pathetic, no?
no position. They're no position.
So try to understand how Prabhupada has saved us, no?
Yes, Prabhu.
And then it's our duty to help others, no? Correct?
Yes.
We cannot say, okay, I'm safe, therefore sorry to the others, let them go to hell. That's not the mood of the devotee, no?
Yes, Prabhu.
So we should try to do some or other, help them though.
Yes, Prabhu.
Correct?
Yes.
Any other questions?
I think you should move on to the question in the chat box.
Yeah, there's something. You were saying in lecture, non-devotee will see Krishna as Maya, Maya as Krishna. Can you please explain more about it? So the example is given about the cat, carrying the kitten in the mouth and carrying a mouse. The cat that is carrying the kitten is very pleasurable to the mouse. To the kitten, because it is loved, no? The kitten. And the same mouse, which is trapped in the mouth of the cat, is terrified because he's seeing death, So
Yes,
for
yes.
those who are devotees, then Krishna is dealing with them directly. But those who are not devotees, then Krishna is dealing with them as Maya. And Maya
Yeah,
is
yes.
giving misery.
Mhm.
You understand?
Yes, Prabhu.
What will be the situation of someone who is committed to chanting 16 rounds every day and following the 4 principles and having Krishna consciousness as much as he can, but doesn't get initiated officially? So why don't you get initiated officially? Hello?
Yes, Prabhu. Dandavats. Some family situation, Prabhu. I had a brief conversation with Nimai Nitai Prabhu about this. It's so I'm committed to chanting. I've been chanting 16 rounds and as much as I can, but I don't know when I can get initiated. There's some circumstances which are preventing me from getting initiated, mostly because of the fear that I might not be able to follow each and every instruction of Prabhupada that rigorously, like work commitments, travel somewhere,
Well,
unable to have sadhana. I mean,
I don't think that's the right consciousness, because the sum and substance to make spiritual advancement must make spiritual commitment. You know, it is explained by Rupa Goswami, you should say. That if you want to take up spiritual life, then you must get connected to spiritual master. Understand? You cannot say, no, that's not a question of you, your intention. It is following the order of the spiritual master. See? You understand? This is Rupa Goswami has delineated 4 preliminary requisites for advancement for the sincere disciple. Do you see this?
yes, Prabhu.
The first one is, can you read?
Yes, accepting the shelter of the lotus feet of the bona fide spiritual master. Second is becoming initiated by the spiritual master and learning how to discharge devotion service from him. 3 is obeying the orders of the spiritual master with faith and devotion. 4 is following in the footsteps of great acharyas under the direction of the spiritual master.
So
One
this,
who has,
these are the one who has executed this preliminary duty is qualified to relish Srimad Bhagavatam. Understand? And you must surrender to this. Otherwise, you just like telling a woman, oh, no, we are husband and wife, but we don't do the marriage ceremony, and it's okay, it's yours. Any woman will go for that? Hello?
Yes, Prabhu, but I mean, just in my heart, Srila Prabhupada is my spiritual master. So, Chakshurandilo Jai Janme Janme Prabhu.
Can be so, even if it's in your heart, you must make a commitment, no? Is it not?
Right, Prabhu, yes.
Without that commitment, how you can say? Correct?
Yes, Prabhu, yes.
That's why it says that you must accept a spiritual master. You cannot say you might or could. No, it is an order. You understand? You follow?
Yes, Prabhu. So, just wanted to understand, like, in a situation where the devotee is not able to dedicate full time to the mission of
It's not a
Srila.
question of full time. It is now you're talking about question of surrendering to a spiritual master.
Okay.
You understand?
Yes, yes.
But who abandon the feet of the spiritual master encounter hundreds of obstacles in their cultivation of very distractful practices. So if you abandon, you're difficult, You cannot say, I want to do my way. That's not possible. You understand? You see here?
Okay. Yes, Prabhu.
Is that? This word is must, Eva bigachat means must. There's no option, You follow? Huh?
Yes, Prabhu.
Correct. Maybe now you are not, but you must pray for Prabhupada to accept you. Yes?
Sure, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. Absolutely. Absolutely.
That desire must be very intense, then Krishna will fulfill that. Correct? You don't know, but Krishna will know. Yes?
Absolutely, Prabhu. Yes, yes, absolutely.
You cannot go on this presumption that I accepted Prabhupada, initiation or no initiation, I'll just go on. That is not, then your real guru is your mind, not Prabhupada. Then, yes?
Right, Prabhu. Yes, yes, yes.
But mine is the worst guru, Hello?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, absolutely. Yes.
So you must make plans. The priest Krishna, pray to Prabhupada, please help me. I want to be your servant. Unless you do that, how you can surrender?
Yeah, Prabhu. Thank you so much. Thank you.
This is clear. Hello, is it clear?
Yes. It is clear, Prabhu. It is clear. Yes.
Is there any other question?
Yes, Prabhu. What's the exact difference between Shuddha Sattva and Sattva Guna? What's the difference between the two?
Shuddha Sattva and
Sattva Guna.
so there's a verse by Lord Shiva that you go to goodness and then you go to pure goodness. You know, Shuddham Vasudeva Sabditam. You know, this is a verse in the Bhagavatam. I think it's in the 4th canto or something. Give me a minute, let me take it out. 4.3.23. So in this verse, Sattvam, from Sattvam, you see here, from Sattvam is pure goodness, no?
Yes.
And then become Vishuddham. Sattvam is goodness, and then you become Vishuddham, pure goodness, you know. And then you come to the Vasudeva Sabditam. That means you come to the point where you have achieved the Vasudeva platform, where you are actually with Krishna, you know. You understand?
So do we have to reach the platform of goodness first before we are elevated to pure goodness or Shuddha Sattva?
Yes, without going to goodness, you cannot go to the other status.
So, I mean, it's not, I mean, say if someone in the mode of ignorance begins chanting, wouldn't that person immediately transcend the modes and come to the level of pure goodness?
Gradually. Not immediately, gradually he proceeds, you know.
So if someone is chanting, they can still remain in the mode of ignorance.
He can get contaminated by ignorance, not remain. He can get contaminated by passion. He can get contaminated by ignorance. You follow?
Not completely.
Therefore, you must do it unfailingly. When you do your devotional service unfailingly, then you cross over the 3 modes of material nature. You follow?
All right. And the impression I got was that when we are engaged in devotional service, that we immediately transcend the modes. Is that true?
I would say gradually rather than immediate, you know.
All right.
See,
I must have misunderstood.
you see this verse here? Can you read this?
One who engages in full devotional service, unfailing in all circumstances, at once transcends the modes of material nature and thus comes to the level of Brahman.
Unfailing means what?
Consistent and like continuous.
When you do that, then accordingly you still remain in that goodness, or sometimes goodness cannot just remain in goodness, because goodness means you get contaminated by passion and ignorance.
Right.
So if you are doing devotional service in the mode of passion, you get certain kind of qualities. You do devotional service in goodness and ignorance, you get certain kind of qualities. But if you transcend, then yes, then you come to this level. When you transcend the mode.
And also I wanted to know why do other systems of religion not mention anything about the modes?
Because they're shallow. No, they don't know many things though. Even just the basic thing, they killed him, you know. Right? He just thought the basic, you know, accept him and go back to heaven, and reject him and go to hell. That's all their philosophy, nothing more than that.
Yes.
Correct. They're very basic. He was talking to some fishermen, no? How to
Yes.
explain things to them.
Yes.
You understand?
One
When you
One who
transcend,
is
when you
sorry.
transcend, see, when you transcend, then you come to realize about God, Supreme Brahman. And from that time onwards, you become fully joyful. You don't want anything more. You're equally disposed to everybody.
All
And
right.
this is the Brahman platform. Then as you get more advanced, then you get devotional service. And that is the highest stage.
So where from would I have gotten this misconception that you can immediately transcend the modes?
Devotional service is very powerful. The moment you start chanting, very quickly you will transcend. But sometimes we are committing offenses, so therefore again we, slip down. See? You understand?
Yes.
So that's
Yes.
why we have to get regulated. That's why we are now taught to do regulated devotional service, sadhana bhakti. And by
Yes.
actually doing it gradually, you see, we rise, from one stage to another stage. That's explained many times.
Yes, Prabhu.
Hmm? So in this verse, you see how we gradually grow. First step is in the beginning, there must be faith. Then one become interested in associating with pure devotees. And then, therefore, thereafter, one is initiated by the spiritual master and execute the regulated principle under his order. Because without spiritual master, it's very difficult to make spiritual advancement, as I have already explained. Thus, one is free from all unwanted bad habits and become firmly fixed in devotional service. Then he becomes regularized, fixed up. And when he comes to that stage, he develops taste, chanting. Now we are forcing to chant because we have no taste. So when you
Yes.
to that stage, then you develop taste, and then you get an attachment for the Lord. You see, this word attachment.
Yes,
You are
Prabhu.
about Him. And this is the way of sadhana bhakti. This is called regulated devotional service. And then when this thing improves more, gradually emotion, you get very emotional, spiritual emotions, sentiment intensify. And finally, there's an awakening for love of God. So this is how the program works, is it?
Yes.
So we have to go through this whole stage. There's not like you chant today and tomorrow you are dancing with Krishna, It doesn't work like that.
Yes.
Hmm?
Yes, Prabhu.
But the process is very purifying. It is not that it will take millions of years, but it says very quickly you will develop this. You understand?
Yes,
Very
Prabhu.
you will get your devotional service will fructify. You want to read this?
Simply by chanting the holy name of Krishna, one can obtain freedom from material existence. Indeed, simply by chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, one will be able to see the lotus feet of the Lord.
Is that? So the process is very powerful. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has recommended everyone to chant. The moment you chant, then very quickly you make progress.
Yes.
So we have to surrender to that. That's the main thing. Without surrendering, it's very difficult. See this? You want to read it?
Devotional service is kleshagni even for beginners. This means that it reduces or nullifies all kinds of suffering. The word shubhada indicates that devotional service bestows all good fortune and the word Krishna akarshinu indicates that devotional service gradually attracts Krishna towards the devotee.
See that? So when you start chanting, then immediately, all the dirty things are getting purified. See?
Yes.
So it's a question of trying to avoid the offenses, trying to, stay regularly, and by, you will overcome.
Yes.
But if you don't want to take up this process and you try immediately going to this Raganuga platform, supposedly, that's going to be difficult.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes, Prabhu.
So therefore we have to have faith in Guru and practice, and by His mercy, we'll get the strength, and then one thing after the other will develop in our heart.
Yes, Prabhu.
Any other questions?
If no one else has a question, I can continue.
Yes, please.
I'll just open the list. So I wanted to know, if the material world is a place for suffering, then I'm concluding that means there's no scope for positive thinking and having a positive attitude. That's very obvious to me because the material world itself is a place for suffering. So, why do these fools and rascals, why do they continue to promote positivity despite so much suffering? Despite the pervasive suffering, why do they latch on to false positivity?
See, that's why a person who is foolish, he's trying to, just now I quoted the verse, chewing the chewed.
Yes.
You know it is already bad, but you want to do it over and over again. Why? Because
Foolishness.
that's it. But if you become disgusted with the material world, that is a very positive sign.
It's just bizarre because people always promote positive thinking, positive psychology, positive attitude, positive this, positive that, but none of it's like some sort of delusion thinking that we can be happy here or we can be positive here because the material world is a place for suffering. How can you be positive about a place that's full of suffering?
Yes, you are very right. This material world is very disgusting.
Yes,
Right? Understand? That's why it says here in this verse. Can you read this?
When a person is disgusted with the temporary, illusory nature of this world and is thus detached from it, in his mind, guided by the instructions of his spiritual master, considers again and again the nature of this world and eventually gives up the false identification with matter.
You understand? So unless a person is disgusted, it is difficult for him to take up the devotional program. You understand this?
Yes, Prabhu.
So that is a very good quality to become disgusted. Then you lose the taste, for trying to enjoy this material world.
Yes,
See?
Prabhu.
Understand? And it says that when you're disgusted, you must still be guided by the words of the spiritual master. No.
Yes.
Yes. Otherwise, you get disgusted, then you get very much demoralized, and then you become suicidal. That's bad too.
Yes.
Hmm?
I know. Yes, I know.
Understand? You can read this verse.
Having awakened faith in the narrations of my glories, being disgusted with all material activities, knowing that all sense gratification leads to misery, but still being unable to renounce all sense enjoyment, my devotee should remain happy and worship me with great faith and conviction. Even though he is sometimes engaged in sense enjoyment, my devotee knows that all sense gratification leads to a miserable result. and he sincerely repents such activities.
Understand?
Yes.
So by taking up the devotional program and having have lost all faith in this material, advancement, then yes, by Krishna's mercy, he gets become purified. Just now I showed all the stages of devotional service. All the dirty thing in the heart gets cleaned up.
Yes.
He can become very fixed up in his service to Krishna. The whole idea is to become very determined in your devotional service, and you have to
Yes.
practice it very, very strongly and seriously. That this material world is not my place,
Yes.
Then correct.
Yes, that's right. And why is Sanatana Dharma labeled as Hinduism when Sanatana Dharma actually means Vaishnava Dharma?
The reason is because that the Muslims on the other side of the Sindhu River, they call everyone on this side of the river as Hindu because the word Shah is not in their language, So they call everyone on this side as Hindu, Hindustan. So that word has stuck to the to the whole denomination. That's why the word Hindu. But the word Hindu, it doesn't exist in our scripture at all,
Yes.
So unless we study this under the guidance of a pure devotee like Prabhupada, we cannot understand all these things, Even many people who are currently claiming to be Hindus themselves are confused on the whole religious aspect,
Yes.
You see, they don't even know what they are doing. They simply go there and pray, and all they want is some material benefit. That's all it is in their mind, They don't
Materially motivated.
because there is no proper guru to help, And many even who go to ISKCON also, they are just caught up in this thing. Yeah. There's no
Yes.
proper guidance to teach them how. Of course, they may chant, they may also chant Hare Krishna and all that, but they are also will be attached to doing a lot of other pujas too,
Yes.
See? So that is the drawback, Unless you get very good association, you understand this properly, you cannot give up this idea of being a Hindu,
Yes, Prabhu.
So this is why association is very important. Proper association is very important.
Yes, Prabhu.
So do anyone have any other questions?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to you, Prabhu. Prabhu, I have a question actually. In Sunday program, and Mataji regularly comes, but that Mataji is worshipping demigods and doing Bogi festival and doing fasting on Mahashivratri. I was thinking of preaching to that Mataji directly, but I also afraid that Mataji might not come again. I don't know. We should preach directly, irrespective that Mataji whether comes or not. I don't know how to tackle that, Prabhu.
Best way is to ask her to read the book,
Okay, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let her read and chant, then she will gradually become more intelligent to understand.
Yes, Prabhu.
Understand? Also, you can say gradually, Prabhupada, Krishna is saying, all the demigods are saying Krishna is the supreme God.
Okay, Prabhu. So slowly, we'll ask them to read book, and slowly, we have to preach to them.
If she reads, she will ask question. Then when she asks question, you can explain.
Okay, Prabhu. Okay. Yes, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu. All glories to you, Prabhu.
Any other questions?
I wanted to know, is there such a thing as eternal damnation, especially for the demons, seeing as according to Bhagavad Gita as it is, the demons never achieved the mercy of Krishna. So does eternal damnation actually exist? And also I wanted to know, are some of the jivas that are suffering in hell, are they trapped there for so long that it feels like an eternity? So I mean, I wanted to know if there's eternal damnation, and I'm asking this because I read that the demons never achieved the mercy of Krishna.
See, even a person is demonic, if they get association of devotees, that will purify them from all this kind of sinful and contaminated, program. So the whole key is association of devotees. If they can get associated, even a person is so condemned will also eventually get purified. You follow?
Yes, Prabhu.
For those people who are demonic, yes, they will go to the Brahman effulgence, and then after some time, if they are fortunate, they fall down again, and again may get to meet a devotee. If they meet a devotee, their life will change, no?
Yes.
It's explained here in this verse.
These 6 kinds of Atma Ramas engage in the loving service of Krishna.
Not this verse. Give me a minute. You want to read?
O great learned devotee, although there are many faults in this material world, there is one good opportunity, the association with devotees. Such association brings about great happiness. Due to this good quality, our strong desire to achieve liberation by merging into the Brahman effulgence has become weakened.
See? So even a person who is a Mayavat, still by association he can overcome this problem.
What do the Mayavadis actually do when they're merged in Brahman? Do they just sort of chill out and do nothing? Like, what do they do there?
What they do, they hang around in bliss, that's what it says.
And is there any sort of motion or movement in Brahman? Because the thing is, I know that being merged in Brahman, it's like a static and homogeneous state. But if it's so static, like do the particle do the particles of spirit soul within the Brahman effulgence, do they at least move around, or like do they travel, or are they just in one place and they're stuck there and they do nothing?
Actually, it's just like a little atom, spiritual soul, spirit soul. It just hang around in that effulgence, you see. You want to read this?
If Brahmananda, the bliss of merging into the Brahman effulgence, were multiplied 100 trillion times, it would still not equal even an atomic fragment of the ocean of transcendental bliss felt in devotional service.
So they merge in that light, and because they are spirit soul, they hang around there.
Yes.
They will be moving around, floating around. They're not just fixed there. You cannot be fixed, no? It's an atmosphere, very airy atmosphere, no? Light, Just like you see sunshine, you see so many little atoms floating around, correct?
Yes. Yes.
So it's like that, So you get a lot of happiness, as it says here, but it's still because of wanting of some service. There's no attraction. You are not holding on to the lotus feet of the Lord. And it says here, generally you will fall down.
All right.
Hello. So like that's the verdict of Lord Brahma. He says because they have not taken shelter of Krishna's lotus feet, they will fall down again to the material world. Because of wanting of some service, you see. So it's very important that you understand this, because Brahmana Faljan is not completely the final thing, it's still a temporary thing, Can you read this?
Someone may say that aside from devotees who always seek shelter at the Lord's lotus feet, there are those who are not devotees but who have accepted different processes for attaining salvation. What happens to them? In answer to this question, Lord Brahma and the other demigods said, O lotus-eyed Lord, although non-devotees who accept severe austerities and penances to achieve the highest position may think themselves liberated, their intelligence is impure. They fall down from their position of imagined superiority because they have no regard for your lotus feet.
So that unless they have some devotion, it's difficult,
Yes,
That's why it's very important to develop a love for Krishna. Then everything becomes perfect, no?
yes,
Correct?
yes,
If you don't have that, then you just hang around. Just like trying to go up on the sky, and just, of course, that is, after some time we want to come down, no? Correct?
yes, yes.
Same mood,
And does the liberated devotee pass through or travel through the Brahman effulgence before reaching Vaikuntha?
What's that again? One more time.
Does the liberated devotee pass through or travel through the Brahman effulgence before reaching Vaikuntha? Does the devotee pass through Brahman?
Yeah, devotees have to pass through Brahman to go into the planet, spiritual world, no? Because this is the outer covering. Just like if you want to go to the sun, you must go through the sunshine to go to the sun planet, is it not?
So they penetrate the Brahman effulgence, you're saying?
Definitely. They go all the way to the Goloka Dham. You understand?
All right. Yes.
And then they enter into the place, and then they see all the pastimes of Krishna. So that's for
Yes.
devotees. But the people who are in the Brahman, they have no access for that,
Yes.
Hmm?
Yes.
That's why it's not very good position to go to this Brahman, no?
Yes.
So therefore there's a difference between the devotee and the non-devotees, Brahman.
Yes. Yes.
So why do we want to do that? Okay, someone has raised his hand. What is it regarding, sir? Prabhu?
Sundar Gopal Prabhu, firstly, Dandavats. The question I have is regarding the offense to Vaishnavas that one may commit in his mind, meaning that there was this incident where Sachi Devi, she had committed an offense in her mind against Advaita Acharya, and then later Mahaprabhu um, ensured that she got rid of that aparadha by she fell at the feet of Advaita Acharya. So in the mind, there might be so many thoughts that keep coming, which can be offensive to multiple people, and how to ensure that those thoughts gradually cease and do not even happen. So is that even an offense? I mean, that way the mind is so uncontrolled, and there can be a lot of offenses made to a lot of Vaishnavas in the mind.
See, this program of staying in the neophyte level is not very conducive, because it produces all this kind of negative thoughts, that you are the best, you are better than, finding fault. All this kind of things happen in this platform, third class. So you have to go beyond that. That means you have to advance spiritually. And to do that, you have to start. You have to start somewhere. So you start chanting. And if you do get all this kind of thought, then the best thing is to pay obeisances mentally, You understand?
Okay, Prabhu, sure.
You chant, what is that? Vaishnava prayer. Vancha kalpataru beyascha kripa sindhu bevacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. You know the prayer?
Yes, Prabhu, yes.
So this is how we chant, If we have mentally committed some offenses, then we chant this prayer. And this way we kind of get ourselves humbled, purified. So as we become more and more advanced, then our mind will not think of this kind of a activity, finding fault, offending. All this thing will gradually cease when you make more and more advancement in your spiritual life. You understand?
Sure, Prabhu.
Mm.
Thank you.
But it must come through the mercy of the spiritual master, no? You understand? So devotional service has got levels also. Then you come to the third class, from there you have to go to second class, and second class to go to the first class. The spiritual life is, there's a lot of, I would say, stages to cross. And that's all based on you, not on Krishna or anybody else. As you surrender, and Krishna gradually rewards you and brings you into a different level, of devotional service. So until you capture the Lord in the heart, then you are safe. Yes?
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you. Thanks.
Why did this is going to be a provocative question, but I wanted to know why did Bhavananda abuse children, and what's so attractive about children? Like this itself is really perverse. Like why would someone do this? And why would they do it to a child? Like that's just really demonic. Like I wanted to know why people behave like this.
I guess it must be demonic. What else to say? Correct?
Yes.
They hide in India so that the US laws don't prosecute them. In America, if you do such a thing, you have to go for 20 years in jail.
Yes. Yes.
So they run to India because Indian laws are a little more relaxed, no? So they can
Yes. Yes.
get away with all their nefarious activities.
Yes. Yes.
But Krishna's law will eventually catch up, no?
Yes. Yes.
How long you can cheat and bluff?
Yes, because I remember one time my family took me to the temple and I was 12 years old that time, and Bhavananda was working as the receptionist within the temple. And when I walked in with my family, he approached us and he was staring at me. He was staring at me for 5 to 10 minutes, and it was Bhavananda who was doing the reception at the temple. And even my family said, "Oh, maybe he's a pedophile," because he was. I was a child back then. I was very young. I was 12 years old, and Bhavananda came out of his office and he started staring at me.
Oh, thank God he only stared at you, boy. He didn't go beyond that.
I know, I know.
Anyway, all these people are history now.
Yes,
So people are becoming more aware and be careful.
yes,
What to do. Early days we were very enthusiastic and we were very naive, and because we have some lessons to learn for everybody.
yes,
Still, it is not over. They are always there. All these kind of people are. This whole Kali Yuga is full of all these kind of people.
yes,
So it's our duty to be careful, not be stupid.
yes.
See, like now we know this guru things are all bogus, so we're careful.
I mean, I think it's really remarkable that now we have the internet because, any devotee can anonymously access the information, and not only is it anonymous, but all the information is there. Like it's very much available, especially in this era of the internet. Like there's YouTube videos, there's PDF documents, there's journals, there's notepads, and like all the information is gathered there, so you can access anything and you can access it anonymously. So you can get the full information, and not only do you get the full information, but it's all anonymously accessed, so you don't get in trouble for accessing it.
There's one thing but also there are a lot of fake news that can also hurt the right devotees.
Yes.
So there's two sides of the coin anyway. What to do?
I mean, I did read some false propaganda about you and yourself, but I verified it with you, and then you told me it was false, which I accepted. But even with you, there was so much slander against yourself, and I found it a bit disturbing, especially this. I mean, I probably shouldn't say her name, but there was that one Mataji who was contacting all the devotees and bad mouthing you and so forth. So I blocked her right away, but she put some doubt in my mind, which wasn't good and which wasn't healthy for me to have.
So that's the internet, both ways it goes.
Yes, yeah,
You can also, smear a person's character, or you can also try to bring the right news. So they are both things. So it all comes to the right association. So that's important.
yes,
Mm.
yes,
So what to do? We have to just depend on Krishna and Prabhupada and pray.
yes. I think someone has raised their hand.
Yes, she says question.
Harish Prabhu, Dhanaturanam, Jai Shri Prabhupada. Ravi here. So
Mm.
we have a question regarding the deity worship actually. So,
Mm.
I mean, why is it something wrong to worship Lord Venkateshwara deity? Because because I mean, if we see like due to Prabhupada time, Prabhupada has installed like the Ram deities, Ram, Lakshman, Sita deities and all. And then now, if we see some other organizations are using Lord Venkateshwara deity, and then even whatever the new temples they are constructing, also they are using this Lord Venkateshwara deity as the main point. So, is it something wrong to worship the deity, or is it like I couldn't understand the.
You want to read this?
Yes, true.
Hmm?
These words stress that one should concentrate his mind upon Krishna, the very form with two hands carrying a flute, the bluish boy with a beautiful face and peacock feather in his hair. These are descriptions of Krishna found in the Brahma Samhita and other literatures. One should fix his mind on the original form of Godhead Krishna. One should not even divert his attention to other forms of the Lord. The Lord has multi forms as Vishnu, Narayana, Rama, Varaha, etc. But a devotee should concentrate his mind on the form that was present before Arjuna. Concentration of the mind on the form of Krishna constitutes the most confidential part of the knowledge. And this is disclosed to Krishna because Arjuna is the most dear friend of Krishna's. Surrender unto me.
So you understand?
Yes, Prabhu.
Hmm? Correct? So the whole idea is to follow the thing given by our spiritual master. Right?
So, I mean, then is it like, I mean, so worshipping Lord Venkateshwara deity is also not wrong as part of this, but worshipping Lord Krishna is the highest. Am I correct?
Venkateshwara is an expansion of Krishna, no doubt about that. Yes?
Yes, Prabhu, correct.
But we have to follow Acharya, no? What Prabhupada has given us, we do, no? Hmm? Yes?
Yes, Prabhu.
So we don't try to go more than the Acharya. That's not correct.
But Prabhupada has approved Sitaram worship right now, Prabhu.
That's Prabhupada has done that because, in maybe North India, but in outside India, he only put Gonitai, Radha Krishna, and Jagannath Baladev Subhadra. Yes.
So is it not wrong to put Lord Venkateshwara in South India then?
Because you want to put, nobody is objecting to you, but at least you should put more Krishna in the center, no? Correct?
Mhm. Yeah,
Yes?
bro. Yeah, bro.
The whole idea is to bring people to Krishna, no? Correct?
Yeah, bro.
Whereas Venkateswara worship has got a lot of this Ramanuja Sampradaya things, correct?
Yes, bro. Correct.
So our Sampradaya is a little different from theirs, no?
Yes, bro.
They think that Vishnu is from Vishnu only Krishna came, You understand?
Yes, yes, bro. Understand.
But for us, Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, no? From him everything comes, no?
Yes, bro. Correct.
So if someone goes to that kind of worship, then naturally he may get a little bit confused.
Yeah, bro.
You understand?
Yes, bro. Understand.
And therefore, we recommend you to just follow what Prabhupada is saying here. One should fix his mind in the original form. Yes?
Yes, bro.
So we do this. Whatever we've been given direction, we do, no?
Yeah, bro.
Correct?
Yes, bro. Correct.
So that is what it is all about, Yeah?
Yeah, bro. I think when Mataji is asking question, Ramana Devi Dasi. I think Mataji, you can ask.
Hare Krishna Babu. Recently, Jayapataka Swami was doing Kirtan in Mayapur, and tears were coming from Srivasha Pandit deity, and they were using that for their marketing, saying that tears are coming because few devotees singing the Kirtan like that, being very offensive of them.
So you can read this.
The deities seem to be crying in the temple, lamenting and perspiring. They seem to about to believe. All the cities, villages, towns, gardens, mines, and hermitages are now devoid of beauty and bereft of all happiness. I don't know what sort of calamities are now awaiting us. So, big calamity. Deities are crying.
So is it a good sign or bad sign?
It's a very bad sign, bro.
So you please tell them.
Oh, they won't listen, Prabhu.
When you do aesthetic kirtan, what I learn is that you will start tears will come from your eyes, right?
Yes, Prabhu, correct. That
I
is
never,
also very advanced stage now, Prabhu.
I never heard that you chant and the deities cry. I never heard this thing. Is that in the Shastra? Anyone can show me some verse? Yeah? Hello? Hmm?
Yes,
Is there
Prabhu.
any such verse that you chant and then the deities start crying? Hello?
Yes, Prabhu. Very saddening to see the situation. So she was a
Those people who
deity
don't read,
crying.
those people who don't read, they will think, oh, the deities are crying because so and so sang. Huh? Understand?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes,
Hmm.
Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu.
Prabhu, just an extension to this. I actually posted the same comment. I mean, we were discussing this point yesterday. And then one guy has came and said that this context is something different. And then if we see it, CC Antya 1499, even there Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was like he was crying and then he went into ecstasy. I think he fell down and then like people were fanning him. So I think the whole chapter, like Antya 14 chapter is going, and then they're quoting this particular 1499 verse.
Listen, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is in ecstasy and he came to act like a devotee. You understand? Do you understand this?
Yes, bro. Yes, bro. Understand.
He is not doing kirtan and the deities were crying. Where is the incident of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the deities were crying? Where?
Yeah, bro.
Huh? So this person is showing out of context. You understand? He's showing that the deities are crying. Correct?
Yes, bro. Correct.
He's chanting. This is the point. And
Yeah,
David's
Prabhu.
crying means it's not an auspicious sign. That's what we are showing.
Yes,
Understand?
Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
The personality, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he acted like a devotee. He was dancing and crying and chanting and showing his bhava platform. Huh?
Yes, Prabhu.
Oh, they're not the same thing, you know. You should explain.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah?
Yes, Prabhu.
Out of context. The whole thing is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu cried, therefore the crying is legitimate. That is nonsense. Understand? Hello? Huh?
Yes, Prabhu. Understand, Prabhu.
Ah, you should tell him.
Yes, Prabhu. Sure,
Yeah?
Prabhu. I'll tell them.
So what's the question? You understand this thing? Hello? Huh?
Yes, Prabhu. I understand, Prabhu. So when someone asks, I will show this code to them.
Yes.
Yes, thank you, Prabhu.
Not one, there are two codes, you know. In third canto also there is. All the deities were crying when Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha fell down. I mean, took birth.
Okay, Prabhu. I will note down these two codes. Thank you, Prabhu.
Kind of crazy nonsense. Huh? Hmm? So you can see another verse also here. Can you read?
Cows terrified yielded blood in place of milk. Clouds rained pus. The images of the gods in the temples shed tears, and trees fell down without a blast of wind.
So what is that? Huh?
That is inauspicious signs.
It's all
God.
symptom of something not auspicious, you know.
Yes, Prabhu.
What did Prabhupada say regarding bathing and showering? Bathing and showering habit, Prabhupada said that you should bathe with soap and water, you know. Yes?
Yes, Prabhu.
So you have put up the hand, Atmaram Prabhu?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I'm audible clearly?
Yes.
Okay, Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Danvas Pranam, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to you. All glories to all ice-camp devotees who are present in this Q&A sessions. Prabhuji, small, a very basic question regarding the deity worship, which we all are following. And so there is Prabhupada wrote a letter to Aniruddha, 14th November 1968, and I'm just reading a snippet from that letter that Aarti is performed at 1.5 hours before sunrise to awaken the deities. Each offering is made by moving it in 7 big circles, starting at the lotus feet of the Lord and going clockwise round. So, but in 1995, ISKCON GBC, the deity worship ministry, they have changed the procedure, to 4237. So we in ISKM, do we have to follow that process, which is
No,
as per Narada Pancharatra Vidhi, or the 7 big circles are sufficient?
no, we follow what Prabhupada has said to us. We don't follow what the GBC have changed it, you know.
Yeah, okay.
We don't follow their system. We follow what Prabhupada has originally given to us, and we follow that.
Okay. Okay.
We don't want to do their thing, Prabhupada said you go from me to the acharyas and then you go up, They say you worship Krishna and then you come down.
Mm-hmm.
That we don't follow that system.
Oh, right.
Anything the GBC doing, we don't follow,
Okay. So, yeah, that is clear, bro. That is clear. Yeah.
Follow anything they say because they are nonsense.
Yeah.
You follow.
Right. Yeah.
Why we should, get ourselves? Already they are deviated. They are useless. Why you have to follow anything?
Yeah.
Correct?
Yes, I agree, bro. I agree.
If you follow anything they say, you will be contaminated spiritually.
Mm-hmm.
Although it may seem subtle, but it acts, You follow. We don't want any contamination. We follow strictly what Prabhupada has given us.
Okay.
Yes?
Yeah, that's right, Prabhu. Thanks for the clarification.
All Mr. Prabhupada, I'm very sorry to interrupt, but I just want to clarify because Atmana Prabhu was particularly mentioned. Just a follow-up question. Atmana Prabhu was mentioning about this 4237. That's what we have also been taught, right, Prabhu, in ISKM. Our seniors teach us the same thing, right? So how do we understand this?
We have a standard, no? 4237, no?
Yeah, so that is what Atma Prabhu was mentioning, that in 1995 GBC has put up this thing, whereas he was quoting the letter from Prabhupada saying that showing around 7 times. So which one is the correct one actually?
We follow 4 times at the leg,
Yeah,
2 times at the navel,
yeah,
and then 4, 2, 3 at the face,
please.
and then 7 at the whole body.
Yeah, that's right.
But Prabhuji, Prabhupada did approve this?
I mean, unless he did, why you write, no?
Okay. Okay. So so basically in the letter is little confusing then. They say 7 big concentric circles.
Yeah.
Okay.
4, 2, 3, 7. That's what I
Okay. So
learned.
that is
That's how I learned it. I mean, I
okay.
learned this in 75.
Okay, then I will continue to follow that. I was a little bit confused with the letter there. Okay.
You check with the other devotees, they all been taught the system. You follow that, no?
Okay.
Sure, you can talk to the devotees or you can talk to Tattva Prabhu, he will know.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
This puja thing, I think they have a standard here in ISKM. You just check with them though, huh?
Yeah.
I am not so much orientated with the puja, but of course I do what I did in all my years, no? But one thing they changed, ISKCON have changed it from, instead of going from Prabhupada the way up, it goes from Krishna way down, Prabhupada never authorized that system,
Yeah, that shouldn't be there. Yeah.
So that is the crux of the matter. All right. Does it clear the subject?
Yeah, it clears the subject. I have just another question. This is out of curiosity, actually. I have just, a couple of months ago, I compiled all our acharyas, and they are in the, in the Nitya Leela, in the in the Goloka Vrindavan, they are Manjari. So, for example, like Rupa Goswami is Rupa Manjari, Sanatan Goswami is Lavanga Manjari, and Jiva Goswami is Vilas Manjari, same as Lokanath Goswami is Manjulali Manjari, and so on and so forth. Is Prabhupada Manjari, is it somewhere in the scriptures, is it mentioned? And what is the name? Again, this is out of curiosity. It might not have, a big substance to it, but...
I don't know. I don't know what Manjari Prabhupada is. For me, I think I accept Prabhupada as he is.
Okay.
Correct?
Okay.
I don't know, because if I commit some mistake, he's something else. He may get angry. Why I should tamper with something that is not in my field? I know he's a gopi or he's a coward boy.
Yeah.
I know he's doing, I mean, he's a very dear servant of Krishna. Correct?
Right. Right. Right.
That's enough for me now. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Until I go there, or maybe Krishna reveals or what, I cannot tell you. I don't know. Correct?
Yeah.
Definitely he must be one of the gopis or one of the
Yeah.
coward.
Good.
Correct?
So, uh, what is the hierarchy, Prabhu? Like for the gopis, Sakya, Manjari, and when they with the Radharani. So, who is the most closest? I mean,
No,
is there a
they have a breakdown,
yeah,
I
that's what
don't
I'm.
know which book is that. There's another book, you have to find out that they are all breakdown, that Astasakis, the eight principal gopi, and then there's Manjaris, and then Priya Sakis, and like this, they have different categories.
Oh,
Mind you, there are more than 3 billion of them.
uh-huh. Wow.
That's a very big number. Of course, millions and millions of gopis and Lakshmis are serving Krishna.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a whole way it is managed by Krishna. So how it is done, it's a mind-boggling subject matter. But the main thing is to know that there are 8 principal gopis.
Mm-hmm.
And then downline they have all the manjaris, the priyasakis. Yeah, it goes like that though.
Okay. Okay.
I am not fully aware of this subject matter because I'm still struggling to keep my rounds up.
Oh no, Prabhuji.
So I feel that it's a subject that I don't want to dwell in.
Okay. Okay. No, no worries, Prabhu. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Any other question? What is hands up? What's the question?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Prabhu, so I just wanted to ask a question. So
Hmm.
sometimes, Prabhu, we see that devotees who are very nice, who are like sincerely engaged, in their services and sincerely doing service for Srila Prabhupada, they find fault with the senior devotees and actually blatantly offend the devotees and then they leave. So what is the root cause of all this, Prabhu? Of course, the tendency is always there with everyone, but how come that even though that they're engaged, they start to space out? Like, what is the pinpointed root cause which causes this?
Actually, if you do offenses, then all these impurities will come into the heart. You understand?
Yes, Prabhu.
So therefore, we have to be very careful to not create any Vaishnava aparat. It is not a very good, especially when you are in the neophyte stage. This kind of a thinking always comes into the mind.
Yes.
Hmm? So we have to be cautious. Yes. You want to read that?
Yes, Prabhu. Translation: if the devotee commits an offense at the feet of a Vaishnava while cultivating the creeper of devotional service in the material world, his offense is compared to a mad elephant that uproots the creeper and breaks it. In this way, the leaves of the creeper are dried up.
Read the purport.
Yes, Prabhu. One's devotional attitude increases in the association of a Vaishnava. By his personal example, Narottam Das Thakur stressed that a devotee must always remember to please his predecessor Acharya. The Goswamis are represented by one spiritual master. One cannot be an Acharya, a spiritual master, without following strictly in the disciplic succession of the Acharyas. One who is actually serious about advancing in devotional service should desire only to satisfy the previous Acharyas. Echai Goshai Yar Muitar Dasa. One should always think of oneself as a servant of the Acharyas, and thinking this, one should live in the society of Vaishnavas. CC Madhya 13.80. However, if one thinks that he has become very mature and can live separate from the association of a Vaishnava and thus gives up all the regulative principles due to offending a Vaishnava, one's position becomes very dangerous. Offenses against the holy name are explained in Adi Leela, chapter 8, verse 24. Giving up the regulative principles and living according to one's own whims is compared to a mad elephant which by force uproots the Bhaktilata and breaks it to pieces. In this way, the Bhaktilata shrivels up. Such an offense is especially created when one disobeys the instruction of the spiritual master. This is called Guru Avagya. The devotee must therefore be very careful not to commit offenses against the spiritual master by disobeying his instructions. As soon as one is deviated from the instructions of the spiritual master, the uprooting of the Bhakti Latha begins, and gradually all the leaves dry up.
You understand?
Yes, Prabhu.
Hmm? So this is how it happens. Disobeying, offending. Hmm?
Yes, Prabhu.
So we should be careful not to commit all these offenses. Hmm? Yes?
Yes, Prabhu. So basically, the root cause is disobedience.
Yes.
Somehow or other, one disobeys, and then naturally he starts to commit more and more offenses.
And all these material desires will start coming in the heart.
But yes, Prabhu. But even disobedience, like if one has sufficient spiritual strength, then he will not disobey, right?
Actually, if he always stays at the lotus feet of his spiritual master, then there's no question of deviation. Hmm?
So how to keep that consciousness of like being spiritually like submissive and strong in order to not let this disobedience take place?
Implicit faith. Huh?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
Implicit faith, not like what's happening in ISKCON now. They have no faith in Prabhupada. Hmm?
Yes, Prabhu. Definitely, they offend us.
You understand?
Yes,
Understand that?
Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
So, what is the difference between seeing Shastra in different angles and trying to manipulate Shastra fit for your personal narrative? Hmm? So, the moment you disregard the spiritual master's instruction, then you will try to be manipulative, as you say, correct?
Yes.
So here in this verse, you want to read this?
Yes, sir. Some of the disciples strictly accepted the orders of the Acharya, and others deviated, independently concocting their own opinions under the spell of Devi Maya.
Open.
Report. This verse describes the beginning of schism, when the disciples do not stick to the principles of accepting the orders of the spiritual master. Immediately there are two opinions. Any opinion different from the opinion of the spiritual master is useless. One cannot infiltrate materially concocted ideas into spiritual advancement. That is deviation. There is no scope for adjusting spiritual advancement to material ideas.
Is it clear?
Very clear.
What is the letter? This is the verse. What letter you want?
Oh, no, it was referring to that one Prabhu who was speaking about the letter about puja.
Yeah, I can send you that, Manu. Yeah.
Okay, so it is clear?
Yes, Prabhu. Clear, very clear.
Does the song Krishna Tava Punya, what is this? Baba revealed it. Reveal what?
Yeah, that song by Prabhupada. That song is by Prabhupada where he reveals that he is a covered boy.
Oh, he's a covered boy. Okay, you can take it. He's the covered boy.
Okay, thank you. Thank you that way, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhuji. Yeah.
If Prabhupada is in the spiritual world, then how can he accept or worship or obeisances if he's in a different spiritual body right now? Just like Krishna is eternally present, the spiritual master is also similarly eternally present. You follow?
Yes, Prabhu.
It is not like Prabhupada is dead and gone, There's an offensive way of looking at the spiritual master. You understand? So there's a statement like that. You want to
I was
read this?
aware that the question was a bit provocative.
No, you read this.
One should know the Acharya as myself and never disrespect him in any way. One should not envy him, thinking him an ordinary man, for he is the representative of all the demigods.
So you see, he's eternally present, You understand?
Yes.
Otherwise, why people are up to now, they're also getting some realization with Prabhupada? Yes?
Yes.
He is not present, how he is manifesting himself. Correct?
Yes.
So we should accept that. He is always there. Just like Krishna is always there, is also always there, eternally present,
Yes.
The living guru thing has made this hoax, thinking that the spiritual master has to be there in his physical body.
I'm sorry if the question was slightly provocative.
It doesn't matter because the truth is truth, Many people get confused. They think that Prabhupada is dead, so you must have a living guru.
They even speak like that. They verbally say that at the temple.
Yes, because these gurus are teaching them that. And this is not based on scripture. Understand? The Sanskrit word is here, it says, you can see this word. Martyr means one who dies, See this? Martyr means someone who dies. The word here is na madhye. Na means not. You see the word here, na?
Yes.
Huh? It doesn't
Never.
die. It doesn't die. It's eternally present. So
I remember the time when I remember the time I was at the temple and someone actually said this. They said, I mean, I don't like saying it so bluntly, but they said Prabhupada is dead. He's dead and gone. He's no longer around and this and that. And I remember that night I had a lot of physical pain and I just found the physical pain to be inexplicable. But I realized that I was experiencing the physical pain because I'd heard someone speak offensively about Prabhupada.
So because he is offensive, he will also fall down. Understand? They are already fallen down anyway, correct?
That's right, but it's a bit shocking the way they speak, when they say these things. It's really shocking. It goes against the tenets of the actual belief system.
These people have no regard for him. If they have really regard for him, they should have put in the Ritvik system. No?
Yes, yes.
Correct.
That's right.
That's skills of the highest order. How to deal with the statement I get from people when they say there is an authoritative fallacy, scriptures. It is subject to manipulation from years before we get to read it, so how do we believe them? So you can see that our scriptures, they are spoken by Krishna, and the same 700 verses are still intact. Yes?
Yes, Prabhu.
There's no question of these words been changed. The Sanskrit words are always there. Of course, you can interpret the words in a different, you can give a different meaning to that. That you can do, but the original words are there. Yes?
Yes, Prabhu.
And therefore, how to combat this is that you must go to the parampara system. where the lineage must be there. Then you know the message is authoritative, authentic, you follow.
Yes, Prabhu.
But if you go to somebody who has got no parampara and is teaching all kind of crazy things, not spoken by Krishna, then how you will get any result?
Yes, Prabhu.
That's why Krishna says to Arjuna, you have to become my devotee and you have to become my friend. And because you are, I am revealing this secret. Yes?
Yes, Prabhu.
So that is the secret of how to understand and how to explain that you must surrender, you must go to the proper lineage. And our lineage, Prabhupada lineage is very, very authoritative, correct?
Yes, Prabhu.
How we can say? Because we get results. We are getting very much strong attachment. We're giving up sinful life. Yes? And you are
Yes, Prabhu.
developing devotion. So why don't you try?
Well, I used the same lines, Prabhu, but the thing is that they used the corruption that's happening in ISKCON towards this side. So I claim that I'm not affiliated to them, but still they use that. I mean, they use Krishna's words and twisted it to their agenda.
No, but now we are talking about the Bhagavad Gita. It's
Yes,
irrelevant.
Prabhu.
This or that. We're not talking about. We're talking about how to follow
Okay,
Prabhupada.
following. Okay, okay.
That's all. Correct?
Yes, Prabhu.
You take the Gita and you read first, and then you understand that. Correct? Prabhupada's Gita. And you try to find fault in that. Then we'll see. Yes? And you
Yes, Prabhu.
program and you see whether you are developing love or not. Of course, we can just talk so much about the bottle of honey, but unless I open the lid and taste it, how am I going to know the actual ingredient in the honey? Yes?
Yes, Prabhu.
So this is the proof. The proof is in the tasting. So if you don't want to taste and you speculate this is bad, that is bad, and everything is bad, then how to understand what is good? Huh?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes?
Yes, Prabhu.
So you explain like that.
Got it, Prabhu. Thank you.
All right. Anything else before we wrap up? Hare Krishna. Okay then, we will stop here. Thank you very much for joining into our program.
Thank you, Prabhu. Vanchakalpatulubhesha
Thank you very much, Prabhu.
Thank you so much,
Vaishnavi Namo
Prabhu.
Namah.
Hare Krishna. Vanchakal
Krishna.
Kripa Sindhu Devacha. Patita Nampa